So I'm sure your guys' main question is, after riding the Onyx, the Surron, the RX, like, what bike do you like riding? What do you think about this bike? All right, guys. This is actually my first ride on this bike. I only barely took it down the street. We just got done talking about it in our last video, and now I'm gonna go take it for a ride, and I'm gonna see how it is. When I rode it the other day, my tires were actually completely flat. I think they come at like 13 PSI. And so I didn't really get to feel if it had like more torque or anything like that, but I've heard of people saying it has more torque. It felt nice and smooth, but obviously the tires were really aired down, so that might make a lot of sense on why it was so comfortable. All right, I probably look very weird because I got a full face helmet on this thing. And let's go for a ride. I'm gonna talk about a bunch of stuff we talked about in the last video too as we ride it. But I'm gonna give you my honest opinion as I ride this for the first time. We're down maybe 5% battery because rode it up and down the street the other day. Okay. Let's get on the way. It is in number 4, but I will say, I don't know if we're getting to our top speed. Oh, maybe we are. I see 26. Let's see if we pedal if we get up there. If not, we're gonna have to go into the app and change some stuff. So yeah, I think we're gonna have to go dip into the settings on the SUPER73 app because we're getting about 26 miles an hour, and I think we can get more than that. So I am going to, I'm gonna go bring that up. Okay, so it's saying that we can get up to 28 miles per hour, and the battery is only probably 6%, 7% down now. Let's see what happens now. All right, so we're not getting 28 miles per hour. We're getting more like 26, and I feel like when the battery goes down, I feel like we're gonna get a lot less. I'm pedaling too. I'm definitely pedaling. I wanted to show you guys that before you guys jump in the comments and say you have to pedal and use the throttle at the same time. So I will say the seat is very, very comfortable. Like insanely comfortable. I don't know what they put in the seat, but the way like it arches in the back a little bit, it feels so nice, and it's really plush. I don't feel like I'm sitting on the rails at all, and I'm about 155 pounds. And also, this motor in the back isn't as loud as the RX one. I think this one has less power, so the other one's probably working a lot more. But I will say that not having a suspension, when you hit stuff, the bike feels sturdy. Like it feels like everything's together. It feels, I don't know, how would you explain it? It feels put together. I don't feel like any problems in that area, but it's pretty rough. Hitting that bump back there, like really, it seems like a jolt to your body, but it doesn't feel like the bike's gonna fall apart, if that makes sense. You don't hear anything loose, no nothing. Stupid ass. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed we're not hitting 28 miles an hour. I swear I thought when I rode it down the street really quick that I was hitting 28 miles an hour, but I wish I had my phone on me to verify if this is even 26 or 20. Now it's saying 27. They're kind of bouncing around. It's so new, I even have the little tags. I still have the tags on it. All right, so let's talk about these brakes for a second. Oh, let's go up this way. It's actually more safer for us. These brakes, they're horrible. I'll tell you that right now, guys. Like, you're gonna stop regardless. It's not like the end of the world. But I feel like something needs to be replaced. I don't like the brakes whatsoever. Something really needs to be changed. Whee! See what I'm saying? Like, so obviously, like, the bike kind of hops around with no suspension, so you kind of like get a jolt to your body, but the bike feels intact. Like, it doesn't feel like there's any issues with the bike, like something's like coming loose when you hit that. Like on my Onyx, when I'd hit bumps, I felt like a lot of stuff rattling, like something was loose on the bike. This just feels nice and solid. The only problem I'm having with the bike, and I tried to fix it, it's not the end of the world, but the handlebars, every time I brake, you can barely feel the forks in the headset. You can feel it all move forward a little bit. It shimmies forward when you hit the brakes. I don't like that. I feel like it needs a spacer. Something needs to be like in the headset. I feel like a spacer or better bearings that fill up the gap, because there's something not right there. But hopefully I'll get it all sorted out. I sent SUPER73 a message on that too, because I didn't see anything. I try to send a comment on the pages, but no one said anything. What's up, man? I will say these tires are very nice. I like them so far. I don't know how they do with flats or anything like that. I haven't seen anyone really post up anything about getting flats on these yet. We already know the RX just picks up crap like crazy. Slightly bumpy, but it's comfortable. These reviews that talk about this seat, like I could talk about this seat in probably one whole video. It's nice, like very, very nice. I have no complaints about this seat. If this seat was on the RX with the suspension, oh my God, it'd be a game changer. You guys not paying attention. So like, see, like stuff like that I can feel, and it really hurts. But hey, I mean, if you're gonna buy, are you gonna buy this for $2 grand, or are you gonna buy the RX for like 3,500 bucks? I think if you do the calculations on the RX, I think you're looking at, I think I was looking at 3,800 bucks, shipped with tax and everything to my door. And with the ZX, it was 2,200 and some change shipped to my door. That's a pretty big jump. It just depends on what you really want to spend your money on. You can't go wrong with this bike though. It's gorgeous. This bike is gorgeous looking. This is all new. I don't even know what this is. I was gonna say, oh shit, I don't even think I'm supposed to be on here, but there's a bunch of cars already parked on here, so we good. Those guys were staring and looking. Hey, dang, you could really pop off curves with this thing. It doesn't weigh anything. That's another thing we need to talk about, is the weight. The weight on this bike is, I think the weight on this bike makes it so much nicer to ride, because it just, there's nothing to it. Like, I'm not gonna try to take any sharp turns because I don't want to eat shit. But like, you know what I mean? Like, if you need to get somewhere and you need to turn the wheel to like go in, oh, it's perfect. All right, that was kind of, I was trying to hit that pretty fast, but that sign was right in the way. So this is 20 pounds lighter than the RX. And it really shows. It really shows when you're riding it. I think where SUPER73 messed up on this bike, maybe it's not like they messed up. They're probably trying to keep it under $2,000. The European version, they got fenders and a taillight and a headlight. I wish we would have got that on this bike. That's one downside I didn't like to this bike. They have the connections, they're there. This is the one for the front headlight, I believe, but they haven't released them yet. Well, I take that back. I think they did release them because someone said they were on their website, and then 4 hours later after I saw the post, I was at work, they were not even on the website anymore. So I contacted SUPER73 to see if I could buy some, and they said that they sold out and they're not available on the website as of yet, and they will be putting them up sooner or later. I said, all right, well, hopefully soon, because I'm probably going to take this to work. And you already, if you follow the channel, you know my riding, it's always at nighttime. So there might be a few days where I ride this to work and I have no headlight or tail light. If it's really bad on the first day of me riding it, to be honest, I'm probably not even going to ride it to work anymore because I really need a tail light and a headlight. There's just no getting around that. There's nothing you can do. I need it. And then fenders. I've seen some people put the S2 fenders on here. So maybe that's something I can do to this bike. I did see that, I think it's, what is it, Cane Built? I can't remember, I need to get that name right. I think it's Cane Built. They have a headlight for this thing already, but it runs off an external, I think a LiPo battery or something like that, or any type of external battery. I'm not sure what they're using, probably a LiPo. But that's not something I want to do because then that's something else you have to charge on top of, you know, just riding your bike. So I don't know. I'm not gonna buy that, and the headlight was expensive. I think the headlight was 250 bucks. Let's go cruise around these new houses. So now we're getting like 25, 26. So we obviously went down. I'm gonna kill whoever made these brakes. These brakes are horrible. So I'm sure your guys' main question is, after riding the Onyx, the Sur-Ron, the RX, like what bike do you like riding? What do you think about this bike? And I don't know, I kind of have mixed feelings about it right now. I don't hate it, but I feel like I don't love it. So I don't know yet. Everyone turns their head with this bike. Trying to play chicken with me, car? What the hell are you doing? Come on, lady. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to tell you guys because I want to be like 100% honest, and I'm still just trying to figure that out. Okay, so my thoughts could change on this, but I will say right now, the RX is worth it. People say this thing has more torque. A little bit, maybe. I mean, what are we talking, like a 10% increase like in torque? It's not enough to like justify and say like, hey, you know, this bike's so much more faster and better. Has more torque, you know, for sure, but I mean, the top speed's not there. I feel like top speed's kind of like a big thing too, you know? So we can get up stuff pretty easy now. I think I would rather have the top speed than the torque, just because my type of route. I think this is definitely gonna go to my girlfriend. She can ride this one all day long. She has a bigger butt than me, so she can sit on this thing and she'll be a lot more comfortable than I will, because man, the shock in my ass, it doesn't hurt, it just, the shock in my ass doesn't hurt, it's the body shock. Like, you can feel it like in your whole body when you hit something without that suspension on there. So yeah, guys, so I mean, that's pretty much like my review. Like, I like it, but I don't love it. All right, so no throttle now, we're just gonna pedal, nice and smooth. Pedaling from a stop, I feel, is a lot slower than just using the throttle from a stop. And then once you're up to speed, I feel like using the pedals is pretty nice. Just keeps a good pace. All right, so let's recap some stuff real quick so I don't get sidetracked too much. So the torque on this bike, maybe 10% more than the RX. Is it worth it? To me, no. To lose the top speed. I would rather have the top speed of the RX, even though the RX would be slightly behind and catch up. I feel top speed's more important to me. Maybe if you're in the hills, you know, it might be a little bit better to have that extra torque. And then the brakes suck. Let's just point that out right now. The brakes suck ass. Can we go this way? And the tires are great. I love the tires. The tires look so badass on this bike. Nothing really changed. They still have the same display. They got the same thumb throttle. If I'm not mistaken, the grips on the RX do not have the rubber piece. This has a rubber piece on the grip, so it feels a little sticky on my grips. Feels kind of nice. I like that. This motor is quieter. My RX motor is loud. I don't know why the RX motor is so damn loud. It does have more power, so maybe that has something to do with it. So that's kind of the recap. That's where we're at right now. So look, that's me pedaling. If I just hit the throttle, it just feels much better. So there's a point in this bike where it kind of kicks, gives you a little kick. So let's see. Okay, so right at 21 miles an hour, it's almost like it has a different power band curve and it kind of kicks a little bit. That's something that I noticed. Like right there. You can feel it just a little bit. I mean, my battery is going down, so obviously it's getting slower and slower the more I ride it, but right at like 21 miles an hour, you kind of feel it push you off just a little bit. But the torque down low is nothing. Still nothing. I really hope when they come out with an update with the RX, and I think the S2, I really hope it fixes the torque, and hopefully it beats this, because that motor is more powerful. So hopefully the torque is a lot better on those than this one. Is this a perfect bike to still ride around in and get places? Hell yeah. Does it look great? Hell yeah. I think that's one of the pros that I liked about this bike. I just loved how it looked. I think it looks so much better than I think with the Z1. The Z1 was I don't like that look. I'm not a huge fan of how the S1 looks. It's like that old school type of look. Like, I can see why a lot of people do like it. It's just not my style. I kind of want more of the like the newer type of, I don't know, like the futuristic looking type of thing. That's kind of why I like the Cyber X bike a lot. Oh, and then too, if you didn't watch my last video, when I kind of went over the bike before I rode it, the pedals are cheap. They do the job, they do what they need to do. There's no problem with the pedals, it's just they're really damn cheap. Like, really, really cheap. I'll be honest, I could live without suspension on this bike. It's not the end of the world. Like, I swear to you, like, I feel like RX is worth the money, the extra 1,500 bucks or 1,600 bucks after tax, because there's gonna be a little bit more, but I could live without suspension on this bike. It's actually nice and smooth. It's just, if you hit one pothole, yeah, you know, it kind of sends a jolt, you know. So I'll tell you this, if you're an older person, maybe you got some like back problems, you're definitely gonna want a bike with suspension, you know. That's what I would say. But me, I'm a little bit younger, mid-30s, and I have had back problems before. I was out of work for like a year with a back problem, and I'm still surviving. I'm still surviving. But definitely get suspension if you got some back problems. But I can live without it. This bike is not that bad. If you know your area and you know it's going to be really bad on the roads you take, then get a bike with suspension. Sweet. I didn't do a range test or anything like that. I thought about it. I didn't know how much we were going to ride. We didn't honestly ride that much. I will say by the end, we're okay. Let's say we're at like 55 to 60% on the battery. And I will say that we were only hitting like 25 miles per hour max. I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah, about 25. Yeah. Go ride around a little bit more. Let's go around my neighborhood, and then we're heading back, and I'm gonna end the video for you guys. Hopefully you guys liked it, you know. These bikes are so much fun. Yeah, we're only hitting 25. I'm trying. Woo! Oh yeah, that's right. SUPER73 says not to jump these bikes. Even though they had promotions, like sponsored videos that showed people jumping them. I think that's kind of funny. So before you guys slander the comments about, you know, you could have got such a better bike for the money, and I get it. These bikes are pretty pricey for what you get for them. I 100% agree. I'm not gonna disagree with any of you guys on that. But they do have a good reputation, and I hope the community of the SUPER73 enjoys my videos, and you guys can kind of see some of the other videos I have out there. I have tons of these bikes. They're all mine. I get to like ride them like every single day, and I can really compare them. Yeah, look how slow that is when I pedal, and I'm on 4. I promise I'm on 4. So from a dead stop, like watch, I'll go around here in my neighborhood, and from a dead stop, you'll see that the torque is a lot better if you just use the throttle. Yeah, see that gets up to speed so much faster, even though we're still barely moving. But yeah, see, I don't know if you heard that. It makes like a different noise when it hits 21 miles an hour, just whoop, kind of wants to take off. These brakes though, man, these brakes. That's the biggest complaint. Can you hear that? The back one's actually worse. Alright guys, that was a look at the ZX. So far so good, no problems, no nothing. We didn't get no flat, that's great, that's great. This is kind of ghetto, but I kind of want people to see me, you know. But we got more content to come. I want to do like a range test when I get my phone mount so I can put it up there. We can actually see how fast we're going. We're going to see if it matches, and then at the same time it gets my miles that we traveled, and then we'll kind of get an idea of how far we went. Oh man, my handlebars are already scratched up too. That sucks. Dang, more stuff I gotta show SUPER73. I don't know if it's just me being anal, but I mean, if I buy something new, it's like a brand new car, I want it to come without any scratches. And if they do, then I move on to the next one, because I mean, that's my hard-earned money. Now, if it was something that they sent to me, I'm not gonna knock them for that. I mean, it's mostly probably the shipping company, because obviously these bikes don't come with these scratches on or anything like that. But they need to figure out probably a better way to ship these bikes, because my box didn't have really any holes in it, but I mean, it did have some parts where it was like flat. It came on a pallet that was almost falling off the truck when he brought it out. So I'm thinking that's how it got a big bend in my box, but no holes or anything. But yeah, just moving around, it kind of got scratched. So maybe they got to do something different. But all right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Thanks for watching the video. Really appreciate it. And if you like these videos, let me know what you guys want me to do with this bike. I'm probably not going to jump it, so don't say that. But let me know what you guys want to see me do with these bikes, and you know, the content's for you guys. So I'll do whatever you guys kind of want, as long as, you know, it's safe. You know, so I'll see you guys later.